iRockRadio, the world headquarters of rock. It is Mike Karolyi here at Epicenter Festival, Rockingham, North Carolina. Day number 3, starting to wind down, and my guest, Ed Kowalczyk of Live. How are you, man?
Nice to see you. I'm doing great, thank you.
Thank you for spending some time with us. I got to tell you, we just watched your set, and I'm walking through the crowd, making my way to the stage, listening to lightning crashes, and I'm looking at the faces as I walk by, and everybody was mouthing or singing, or they know every word to that song.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It really is.
It gave me chills, actually, as I walked through the crowd. I mean, men, women, teenagers, people my age, everywhere in between. How does that feel for you? You wrote the song. You created this.
Yeah, it never gets old, man. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to see how people have really taken this song into their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And made it part of their lives, and part of their story. And it's just been, as a writer, it just doesn't get any better than that, to feel that passion still all these years later. It came out 25 years ago, and it's still important to people.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to me, of course, but it's important to these people that don't know me, and,
right.
And it's beautiful.
That must be the most incredible part. These people, they don't know you. Yet
Yeah.
somehow you found a way to connect, not just with that song, all of your albums, but Throwing Copper, 25 years old,
Yeah.
and Mental Jewelry before that. And I mean, all the albums along the way. Your fan base, from what I have seen for myself firsthand, is that they're very passionate about what you guys do. They're very loyal to the band. And that's got to be incredible. When you guys first started out and you were playing, just working out songs and just becoming a band, at what point did you know you were good? Like, when did you say, man, because you have to know at some point you're good.
It's funny, man. We started this band when we were 13. We thought we were the best band in York, at least York, Pennsylvania. And
You might have been.
And I said, man, we're going to take this feeling and try to expand it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, did it ever. And so, I think in this business, in anything like I say business, but
it's a business.
Yeah, in an artistic venture, whatever it is, you got to be crazy enough to believe that everybody wants to hear what you have to say about it, and then just go for it. And we were young kids when we started. Like I said, we started when we were 13,
Right.
And so we just had this crazy dream that we could do what all our heroes were doing, and
Right.
we could do our own thing and make it important, and so yeah, I don't know. I think it's like the power of that dream and faith in it,
Mm-hmm.
really. When we look back on it and say, wow, we even from a young age, we really felt like we were, in a way, we had our finger on our own destiny. We felt like we were meant to do this, and we felt we were so passionate about it from a young age.
In all walks of life, no matter what someone does for a living or what they do in their lives, when you reach a certain level of success, I would imagine there's a moment where, like, well, I've reached all my goals, or I've checked off a number of things that I wanted to do. I don't want to say, is this it? But to some degree, what's next? What's left? Have you achieved all the goals that you want as an artist and the band as an artist?
I think as we've gotten older, I think that, it changes, and we get more focused on the moment, just like more focused on like how we are enjoying being on stage together and what we want to do with the show. And they're real, we're like localized dreams. I mean, we still feel like we want everybody to hear this music. Mm-hmm. But I think when we, in the 90s, we were more, maybe what you say, career centered. We would say, oh yeah, we want to make the record to do this and go here, and we want to get to go play in Japan, or we want to get to, and we would have these goals. But these days it's more like, hey man, let's just, how are we going to have this be fun all the time and really get off on the shows, So I think if anything, we've just gotten more focused on the real intimate, artistic detail of, like, we always have been in a way, but I would say it's just been more amplified as we've matured, and our band's established now, so now it's like, okay, well, we can go play all these shows, but where are we going to play? Like, what are we going to do? How are we going to make them feel it even more? So, I mean, that being said, any band is always like up to trying to, do their best, but I would say, yeah, as we've gotten older, it's mellowed in that sense, where we're just real focused on our relationships more than ever, and especially because we broke up and got back together.
Right.
It's beautiful.
Is there an album or a song that hit you at 13, 12, 15, or whatever, that changed your life and put you on this path?
Yeah, I saw my first real concert was U2 in 1987 on the Joshua Tree tour.
Oh man, what a way to start!
Yeah, and it was life changing because I said, man, I want to make my band do that. I want to do that. And I remember going back the next morning and saying to the guys, we're doing it, we're going for it. And we skipped college and hit the School of Rock and Roll.
Wow, was that the tour? Well, I mean, Joshua Tree, was Lone Justice the opening band on that? You remember that?
I don't even remember, man.
I don't know why I remember that. But
that was like, I was 16, so I don't remember, man. But I just was so into U2. I was so stoked to be there.
Oh, one of the best live bands I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
it's
amazing.
Incredible. So what's next for you and the band? What do you have planned?
Well, we have a big tour this year with Bush, and Our Lady Peace is going out starting in June 6th.
That's a great package. What a great lineup.
Yeah, I love it. And we're heading. That's going to go through like the end of October.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's next. And then try to, we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of Throwing Copper this year.
Are you going to do anything where you play the album, or some bands do that? They'll play it.
This whole tour is like with Bush. They're celebrating 16 Stone. So, yeah, the center of gravity of the tour is going to be like, playing a lot more songs from Throwing Copper and celebrating that. And then just get back in the studio in the fall. And
that's fantastic. I just want to say thank you on behalf of your fans. And I certainly don't speak for them, but being a fan and your music just being a part of really my whole radio career, and man, every single you guys have put out, we have played.
Thank you, brother.
Well, thank you for the music, thank you for the memories, and thanks for getting back together and keeping it going,
brother. You got it, man. Anytime.
Ed Kowalczyk live on iRockRadio, the world headquarters of rock.